Hey guys, Jake the Sports here, and today we are doing a bit of a different video. We're going to exclusively talk about Michigan in this video, and yeah, that's all I'm doing in this video. Just talking about Michigan, what I think they're going to do this season, how I think they've been playing, and I still have to do the Week 3 post-game video. I'll get that out. Yay, Notre Dame's 2-0. I'll go over that too. And I'll really just go over any of the good games. Yeah, that's basically it. Not an exciting week 3, but I'll go over a few things. But point being, I wanted to talk just about Michigan, exclusively about Michigan, and I'm gonna say it here and now that I'm gonna try my best to be 100% unbiased in this video. 100%. And all the statements I make, you're gonna say he's just hating, he's trolling. He's just, he's just saying that because he hates Michigan, because he's a Notre Dame fan. Yeah, I didn't make this video I'm making this video to tell people I just don't think Michigan's as good as they really are. I really don't. And that's basically this video in a nutshell. Yeah, I'm not trying to do it to hate on Michigan. I do hate Michigan, but that's not if this Michigan team was overhyped like another team, I'd do it to them too. Just gonna say that. If it was Notre Dame, I might even do it for them. But I don't know. Point being, that's what I'm talking about in this video. And let's just get the big elephant in the room here and I'm saying this. I'm not making this video because they barely beat Army. I'm making it because of the Army game, but because they played sloppy in that game. It's not because they barely beat what a lot of people consider a group of 5 team. Army is, I don't think Army's one of the best teams in the nation, but they're one of the hardest teams to face in the nation. But that being said, their defense is pretty average, and their defense is okay. But if you have an explosive offense like Michigan, you can't play that kind of game. You can't, okay? You scored 2 touchdowns in the entire game. 2 touchdowns in the entire game. I watched that whole game, and it was not pretty. It was not a pretty game for Michigan. It was not. Army had a few mistakes. And I know it does look bad on you guys because a lot of brain-dead people think that Army's not a good team and you just see, oh, they won by 3 in overtime. Oh, no. But Michigan's not good. But the point being, if you saw that game, Michigan just didn't look good. I don't care if that game was against Rutgers, any other team, really, a Power 5 team. They just didn't look good. They just did not look like a top 10 team. They did their best to try to stop the triple option, and I know the same thing happened with Oklahoma. But, just come on. The offense was not there. It was not there, and you just got to have a better game. You got to score more points against Army if you want people to talk about your offense. I'm sorry. I had to say. Notre Dame plays the triple option every year. They play Navy. And, we put up 45 points. Navy and Army are not really that comparable. Because Army's a much better team. But the point being, the triple option's tough, but teams play it and they can succeed. That didn't happen with Michigan today. Not whatsoever. Anyways, even that Middle Tennessee State game, that didn't look good. Would you win by 3 touchdowns? I know 3 touchdowns seems like a lot, but it was scary in the beginning. I'm going to be honest. It was scary, and that's it. And again, those are 2 group of 5 teams, and you got the bye week this week, but this week you're playing Wisconsin at Wisconsin, and this is partly why I wanted to make this video, to say you're going to get embarrassed by Wisconsin. Absolutely embarrassed. Wisconsin looks amazing right now. They look like a top-tier team at the moment. And I know you have the bye week. I know you've probably figured things out, but Wisconsin's defense is absolutely unbelievable. And if you play that kind of game against nothing, a team like Wisconsin, you're done. I mean, if you play that offense against Wisconsin, you're done. Guess how many points Wisconsin's given up? 0. Through 3 weeks. And actually, granted, they've only played 2 games, and guess what? They had a bye week this week, and they had a bye week last week too. So, bye week buddies. Yeah, it's not, they're home. They also have a bye week, so there goes your bye week advantage. Their defense is off the charts, and your apparently super hyped up offense, it didn't play well. It just didn't. And you know what happens when a home team that's ranked lower than you, that has a better defense than you, I believe, it looks like that, who also, it looks like they have a better offense than you too, and when your defense when you're not favored really on any side of the ball against a home team that's ranked lower than you, that's just a recipe for disaster with Michigan. I mean, a recipe with disaster. I think Michigan will at the very least, have 3 losses at the end of this year. 3 losses. Again, people are going to think I'm biased here, but I do think they're going to lose to Notre Dame. I think they're going to lose to Wisconsin. And also Ohio State. There's another one. So, I mean, it's just, I just hate how they're so overhyped. I mean, come on. Wisconsin looks like the superior team, and people are starting to see how Michigan's not playing well. I mean, Michigan is playing a lot of ranked teams. They're playing a lot of ranked teams. You got Iowa too. After this Wisconsin game, you got Rutgers, Iowa, Illinois. Illinois is going to be an easy win. Penn State, and then you have that game at home against Notre Dame, Maryland, Michigan State, Indiana, and the big one against Ohio State. I mean, again, people were saying that you're going to lose to Penn State, possibly because you're looking ahead at Notre Dame. But, I mean, I don't think you're going to be looking ahead anymore after you lose at Wisconsin. And you could very much lose at Penn State. That's a very realistic one, as much as the Notre Dame. And Ohio State's going to beat you. I'm just going to say that right now. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 losses. One with Ohio State, 1 with Notre Dame, 1 with Penn State, and 1 with Wisconsin. And that's not even talking about Iowa or Michigan State. I mean, just I gave you those 2 wins, and I gave you the rest losses, pretty much, of the big games. Oh, yeah, and Maryland, I gave you the win, but you were on the road at Maryland. Granted, they lost to Temple, but, yeah, that's going to be a scary game, too. After Notre Dame. That 3-game stretch looks scary. So, I just don't think Wisconsin, it's not like Wisconsin's offense is bad either. They won 49-0 and 61-0. Granted, they were USF in Central Michigan, but, I mean, granted, Michigan barely beat Middle Tennessee, and I'm not going to say that they barely beat Army, and that's a bad win. It's not a bad win. I mean, it was just a sloppy win. But yeah, granted, they beat Middle Tennessee State by only 20. What was it, like 40 to 21, something like that. Just Wisconsin's going to win this game, and I think it's so obvious. They're home. Everything is pointing in Wisconsin's direction. There is no advantage whatsoever for Michigan in this game. Not a single advantage. Not one. I can't find one single advantage for Michigan in this game. I mean, That's alarming. That's not good if you're a Michigan fan. And I just think it's not just Michigan fans who are clueless. I mean, so many people genuinely think they're going to win the championship this year. People genuinely think that. And I don't know how. How? Jim Harbaugh has tried to prove time and time again that you guys can get to the playoff, but you choke every year. You choked against Ohio State. You've choked so many times. Michigan State has gotten to the playoff, but not you. Not you. Nope. And you guys were playing Ohio State. I would have loved for you guys to beat Ohio State last year. Would have looked like a more impressive win for Notre Dame. And then you guys choke. And then you choke against Florida. I mean, what are you guys doing? What's going on down there in Ann Arbor? I have no clue. And then people are just saying, like, oh, Michigan's going to beat Notre Dame. I mean, they're at the big house. I mean, there's no way they can win. Army almost won. And I'm not saying Army's a bad team, but they almost won with that huge crowd. And in my humble opinion, I think Notre Dame is better than Army. So what tells me that they really have a crowd advantage if Army almost won there? I don't know. And same with Middle Tennessee. They won by 19, but that game was closer than people think. I don't know what to say. What is going on, Michigan? What is going on? Wisconsin is going to be there at the end of the year. They're going to win the West, and they're going to play Ohio State. They're going to play Ohio State in the Big Ten title game. It's going to be a close game. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a top 10 matchup. And Wisconsin they look better than you, Michigan. And so does Ohio State. I don't know what to say. I just really think Wisconsin's going to beat you this week. Week 4. Just like I'm pretty sure Georgia's going to beat Notre Dame. Now, do I want that to happen? No. But I think it's going to happen. And I think the same thing's going to happen with you in Wisconsin. It's just a recipe for disaster. Wisconsin could make you put zeros on the board. I don't know. Jonathan Taylor's going to run all over you, and it's going to be awful. Your season's going to be over. Michigan. I think a lot of people think that too. How can people look ahead to next week and tell me that you are going to beat Wisconsin? Look at how impressive Wisconsin looks. I have them ahead of you in the rankings, I believe. I gotta recheck, but I believe I have them ahead of you in the rankings. They have them at number 14. The AP is clueless on this Wisconsin team. And I really do think Wisconsin is going to beat you this weekend, Michigan. So, congratulations. Michigan has their own video their very own video on why Michigan is going to choke this season once again. Like they do every single year. And they're going to choke it once again. This time it's going to be to Wisconsin. And, of course, the Michigan tradition losing to Ohio State. There you go. Thank you guys so much. I'm Jake the Sports signing off. See you guys later. Bye.